Hello, my name's Gabe Rosas. If we haven't spoken, happy 2022. So in this video, I'm going to be enabling network extension high availability. If you have not heard of it, with HCX-4.3 that was released in mid-December, we added this feature so that you could have a resilient network extension deployment. And effectively, what it is you see here on this diagram, you have without HA, I guess first of all, you have this single node forwarding mode of operation where HCX relies on the vSphere cluster HA to maintain its uptime. So I think even within these conditions, the team has tried to build an appliance that's resilient, that is capable of forwarding without disruption, and then the event that it does go down, HA. It's a fast boot appliance. So HA kicks in and it restarts the VM, and after the restart, the goal for the appliance itself is for it to be operational within 30 to 60 seconds. So that's the intention. That's the way it was designed. And as folks know, sometimes environments are not capable of providing the resources to have these appliances come up, and even in the best case of let's say a 30-second downtime after the VM is brought back up, the TCP based connections are disrupted and there's downtime, right? So HA, the HA that was added in 4.3 is a new mode of operation where you have these appliances that continue to operate in their traditional mode. So you have a single active forwarder, but now with HA, you have the ability to create a group and have HCX use a second appliance to perform the HA standby function. So with the HCX flavor of HA, it's so in this picture, for instance, you have you have this source data center that has these network extension appliance 1 and 2. So the HA is not local to these two. The HA system is actually a grouping of all 4 appliances. So the initiator on the left side has an active peer on the SDDC side, and then the standby that gets deployed also has a peer receiver that is performing the standby function. Those systems all work together for this version of HA, right? So you have 2 appliances that are already performing the transport tunneling function, and the HA protocol is on standby for a node level outage, so that it can pick up the work and continue forwarding the traffic in the event of a failure. So in this recording, we're not going to focus on explanations on how it works. We just want to get it enabled. So that's going to be my focus here. So here in this browser, I have just an existing environment that already has some appliances deployed. So let's take a look at that. So I'm going to click on the interconnect service mesh interface, and that's going to give me it's an existing configuration. This shows me that my migration and extension services are enabled between these 2 locations. So that's what I want. So I'm going to take a look at the appliances. As you see here, there's an HA management interface, but that doesn't come into play until you actually have an initial configuration in place. So right now we're just taking a glance at the appliances, and we see there's network extension appliance 1 for let's see, for overlay zone 1. So as you know, with HCX, anytime you have a distributed switch or like an on-prem DB switch or an overlay, the network extension service functions in the scope of that one object. So you have here we're performing a new configuration where we're grouping multiple appliances that are going to operate against that same object. So I guess here on this environment, I see that I have this network extension appliance 1 for overlay 1. I see network extension appliance 2 for VLAN zone 1, and I see a 3rd network extension appliance for on-prem DB switch. So it doesn't seem like we have enough appliances to configure HA. So I think we should we should try to do that first. Actually, let's just give it a try, right? So if I click on one appliance here and I click on activate, it tells me that there's with this selection, I selected network extension appliance 1 for overlay zone 1, and there's only one for that object, for that networking object. So when I try to activate it, it tells me that there's not sufficient appliances deployed at the moment. So I'm going to go ahead and click this increase appliance count. And here it is loading. And this should open the relevant screen for me to increase the deployed appliances. All right. Oh, actually here. So we see that. Okay. So this automatically took me to edit my existing service mesh on the screen that lets me select how many appliances I want. So right now we're going to try to enable HA for this overlay zone 1. So we want to increase this appliance count from 1 to 2. So if I have let's say my design dictates that I have 3 active appliances, and I want to enable HA on all those appliances, then I think in that scenario I would increase my number to 6 so that I have enough appliances to create the groupings that I need for HA. All right, so I'll increase my number to 2. Hit continue, continue, and finish this out. So this is locating configuration changes. So this is actually it's going to check the existing service mesh configurations on both the local side and the remote side, and Hcx attempts to display the potential impact, and so it'll be a resummary of selected changes and a description of the expected impact by making that change. So I think I'm going to pause the recording for just a moment here. All right. So this operation is additive. So we see, there's an operation to add to the network extension service, and we're going to be adding network extension appliance for that object that I selected earlier. So hit finish here. Okay. All right. So my service mesh is being modified to add the appliance that we added. So you can click over to the tasks and get the details for that operation. So adding an appliance is not the point of this recording. So I'm going to go ahead and pause this recording while that happens. It'll be just a few minutes. All right, here we go. So we have the service mesh has been modified to add that network extension appliance for. So all the workflows are done and should be there now. So I'm going to click over on the appliances view. Here we go. We have network extension 4. My status is up. So it looks like we can keep going here. So again, we're doing a high availability configuration for the network extension appliances for overlay zone 1. So we'll go ahead and pick this one and pick this original one that was already there. We got these selected, and actually, not both of them. So we'll pick the primary one. So we're picking the network extension 1 and clicking activate HA, which becomes lit up. All right, so this operation activates HA for any one, and eligible appliance will be automatically selected as the HA standby. So we have the other one that's eligible. So eligibility, what that means is again, if we have appliances, we need to have appliances that are deployed for that network, that particular switch. So if you have an overlay transport zone, the amount of appliances deployed need to be specifically for that object. If you have multiple distributed switches, the network extension appliance is per DVS. So you need to have multiple per object, right? So I think here we're going to find that we have just enough eligible to do this configuration. So I'm going to click activate HA. All right, creating HA group. Then this is like a random HA group identifier. There we go, and that's pretty much what it takes to create it. I think it's going to go through. There's going to be a new task that gets spun up for creating this HA configuration. So this will be a few minutes again for that to happen. If I go to the HA management interface, now we see that the HA group is being created. So we have a total of 1. There's no other ones at the moment. But we see it there. We see it in the grid state because it's not fully configured yet. So prior to enabling HA, you have this network extension 1 and this other network extension appliance 4 in our deployment. So prior to enabling HA, if you go configure a network extension, you're going to see both of them available as appliances to use for any particular extension. So as soon as you've extended a network on one of these appliances, they're no longer eligible for this HA group workflow. So to enable HA, so you want to make sure you do this these groups, these HA enabled network extension groups prior to extending any networks, right? So let me go back here to my appliances view. All right, so back in the appliances view, as you can tell, now we have, we have the appliances that we were operating against. Now they have some additional information. So they are displaying a role, and then they're displaying an HA partner. So this network extension appliance 4 has appliance 1 as its partner. So both of them, while they're initializing, I guess we already know which. At glance, which appliances are part of an HA config. Oh, look, this changed just now. So this is now the standby. This is now the active. The other appliances, they don't show any HA information because they're just standalone nodes without HA. If I click back on the HA management, now we see green. The HA service is active and it's ready for an extension. So I'm gonna do that. So I have a network that I unextended from one of these appliances prior to this recording. So let's see if at least we can see it in the UI where we would reconfigure that. I have a screenshot here. All right. This is what I had previously configured. This is just an extension of VNI 3000 or VLAN 3000 with this particular gateway. So when this comes up, we'll get that reconfigured. All right, I'm going to create a network extension. So left click that. So let's pick a network in the overlay zone. So let's see stretch 3005. We'll select that. Then hit next. Ooh. All right, so I'm gonna enter just a dummy. I will enter the same thing, but I don't know what the subnet is for this network. So we'll just enter this to go through the motions. So here's my network. Here it is. So now I can select this HA configuration as my extension appliance. So whenever I extend the network, it's gonna use the active, and the standby will actually get a version of the extension configuration, so that in the event of an outage of that node, that it can quickly take over and continue forwarding. So that's the extent of what I wanted to show in this recording, just how to enable network extension HA. So the requirements, I think some of the ones that we cover are that we need to be running ACX version 4.3 across both sites and across all deployed appliances. The network extension appliances, you must have at least two appliances with no extended networks for whatever switch or transport zone you're extending for. And then, as you can see, whenever you're doing an extension, it has to be a network that is part of that object, that network object that we selected. So that's it. I hope that was useful, and catch you guys next time.